series of Keshi TV. What do you think of my new title sequence? I'm quite proud of it myself. So, in 5 days, I'm going to be leaving Bradford to move to Newcastle for university, and I figured I'd do a sort of farewell vlog to basically go to key points in Bradford, which I believe, you know, have a poignant resonance to my there was a B. They have a poignant resonance to my growing up here. This is basically my farewell tour of Bradford. It's a crash farewell tour in 5 minutes or less, picking out certain points. Now I could walk to my first location, but I have this native transporter here, which I'm going to try out, so hopefully I don't scatter into atoms. Well, I guess I'm here. This is Peel Park, which is a short walk from my house, so it's practically my back garden, as it were. It's named after this guy, Sir Robert Peel, who was Prime Minister of the United Kingdom in 1835. He also founded the modern concept of the police force, hence why the slang for police is bobbies, or peelers if you're Irish. You can see all of Bradford from this spot. We used to hold the Bradford Mela here. It was a festival to basically celebrate all the different cultures of Bradford. I used to go without fail every single year until it clashed with my GCSEs and with my A-levels, and so I had to stop going. It was actually very sad, because up to that point I went every single year. It used to be a weekend thing, like Saturday, Sunday, and I'd go both days. They then made it into only a one-day thing, and then now they've sort of moved it from Bradford, from Peel Park, and put it into City Park as part of the Bradford festivals they hold the entire year. It's actually only a small part of a bigger thing, which I vehemently am outraged by, because this used to be a yearly thing for me, and I'm just annoyed why they stopped. But this ain't the only park in Bradford. So, as I hope you can see behind me, that's Bradford Grammar School, where I spent 7 years of my education. I like to say thus that I know the place like the back of my hand, but now there's a new headmaster called Riley in charge who's changing everything. That's not really the case. No, I mean Riley is an excellent headmaster, and we should embrace the vision. Anyway, if we just go over here, it's Cartwright Hall. Now it's all full of arty stuff which I never really got into. Don't get me wrong, I appreciate art for what it is. I'm just not one for sculptures and paintings. That said, I do believe they filmed a bit of Monty Python over here.
Every song is needed in your neighborhood.
It also has a statue of Diana, who was the Roman deity of hunting, so I guess it's someone who's a classicist. That's interesting to me. But the main interest of the area I'm in now is that Cartwright Hall is part of Leicester Park, which has some amazing features such as these really badass playgrounds, this boating lake, and these water fountains, which until City Park was built was a place in Bradford you went to get wet. Now, Leicester Park wasn't my main park, that was Peel Park, but I still came here quite a lot. Speaking of City Park, so this is Bradford City Centre, and just behind me is City Park. So this is all sort of new, to be honest. Like 2 years ago it was just covered in like grass, like raised grass platforms. Then they built this, which they're calling the Mirror Pool, or as the locals like to call it, the Bradford Puddle. And to be honest, I actually like it. I very much think it's an improvement on what we had here before, and apparently it's the biggest man-made water feature in any UK city, so I guess that's one thing Bradford can boast. The City Hall is a Victorian building, as well as the Wool Exchange. This is St George's Hall, the oldest concert hall in the UK and the third oldest in the entirety of Europe. Yeah, Bradford really has a lot of old things. This is an immensely gorgeous theatre. So this is the National Media Museum, where I spent most of my childhood, so for me it's pretty much a second home. Well, this and the library, which used to be there but now it's sort of moved somewhere, I'm not entirely sure where. I will find it one day. So in 2009, Bradford became the world's first UNESCO City of Film. Now someone like me who's an amateur filmmaker and a budding filmmaker, that means a lot. So if you haven't been here, you should really check it out. It has the UK's first IMAX cinema, there are others now, and also the Pictureville cinema, which is apparently the best cinema in the UK. So all about reason to check the National Media Museum out. It's completely free, apart from the cinemas. So that's me done. That's my crash tour of Bradford. So next time you'll see me, I'll be on my way to Newcastle. So I'll see you there. One thing Moffat needs to achieve for this episode of this series is that he needs to reunify fandom.